Okay. Today, we are going to concern ourselves with taking pictures with the available equipment that we have. It is quite sunny out here today. It is not getting close to winter. It's still about 101, gonna go up to 107, which really screws the pooch on taking pictures. Especially with the way we're talking about today. I have been infatuated with taking pictures with my drone. It has been quite the adventure. I am thinking of angles that I had never thought of before. Pause for a second and talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to check my exposure.
5 hours later.
Focus and zoom. There you go. Histogram. Bingo. All right. I'm allowed to do that during a podcast, right? I'm allowed to change stuff. Good Lord. It just never stops. It never stops. That sun. Getting to places you can't get to. Now, there's a lot to be said for this, and eventually I'm going to add the process to my business of taking pictures with the drone too. Pictures that would otherwise be unavailable to other photographers. So essentially subcontracting myself out as a second shooter with the drone. I'll be adding that soon. But back to street photography, there are pictures that you couldn't otherwise get that kind of blow me away that these things are even possible, that the camera can fly to where it wants to. Now, let me be the first one to tell you, the Inspire 2 is a fantastic drone, but it doesn't sit still in the sky. My ultimate street photography drone would be one of the Mavics. The Mavic Pro, Mavic Pro 2, doesn't quite matter. Either one doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is that they're so stable, so ridiculously stable. You can't trust the Inspire close to the ground, and you can't trust the Inspire to move slowly. It's a Ferrari. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in nothing. But I work with what I got, and until I can get a Mavic, I've taken pictures like this. This is an out of service radiator place. I tried to pull focus on it. You know, I try to do, and we'll go through the process in a minute. I try to do a different couple things while I'm taking a street photography picture with a drone. And I tried to pull focus with this one. The focus peaking on a drone is difficult because you have to look down at a tablet. And if you use the flip up screen on a DSLR, sometimes it's damn near impossible. This picture is of a billboard. I got a little bit better with the focus peaking. This is not by any means a perfected thing that I'm doing here. This is something that I'm working on. So here's the process that I've come up with so far. Number one, bracket everything. I don't care how good you think you are. I don't care how good you actually are. You want to bracket every picture at least 3. I do 3 because the raw files out of the drone are 40 megabytes. They're kind of big, and I'm not sitting there going through all that. But to have a backup above and a backup below your perfect exposure is a godsend when you're, 50 feet off the ground and you don't know for sure what you got. Because shooting with a drone is a lot like shooting with film. You don't know what you got until you get the card out of the drone. And maybe I haven't figured it out yet, but you don't get copies of the pictures on your phone when you snap them with the drone. You get copies of the video. You get low-res copies of all the videos you take, but not of pictures, not as far as I know. And maybe it's a menu that I haven't gotten to yet, or a firmware update I haven't gotten to yet. And yes, you are a slave to firmware updates with drones too. Don't think you're getting away with that. So number 2 is going to be from all angles. Essentially what you're doing is taking a picture of something while someone else is holding the camera, and that someone else has propellers. So when you take pictures of anything, let me demonstrate. When you take pictures of anything, I took pictures of a drive-in movie theater for some stock photography. It turns out that I was about right here. But I didn't like the picture anyway, so if it sells, it sells. I don't care. But it turns out that I was over here, when in truth, I thought I was here, centered with the drive-in movie screen, but I wasn't. And it could have been that the camera was off a little bit. Sometimes it swings to the left or to the right. It could have been that the drone was off a little bit. Sometimes it swings. Sometimes this thing rotates on its own. If you don't calibrate your IMUs, like I do sometimes, then it will wander a bit more than normal, I should say. Let's see, what's number 3? Number 2, try from different angles. Here, here, and here, because you never know which one's going to be the right one, honestly. Make sure I'm still recording. Talk amongst yourselves. Yep, still going. That scares me. The idea of talking to myself for 45 minutes. Making sure you're getting all angles. And the number 3 is kind of the number 1 because it's the first thing you do. Calibrate your IMUs every flight. Calibrate your compass every flight. Get there early every flight. These all fall into your pre-flights. This is not number 3 that's actually 9. This is actually just number 3 are all your pre-flight safety checks. And they're really number 1, but you can't take off until you do them anyway, so it doesn't really matter what number that particular tip is. Woo. And that's it. Put your card in your car and make sure you put the SD card back in the camera, back in the drone when you're done every time. What else could I think of? I don't know. We'll come up with more stuff. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
I know, Father.
So, you have accepted the truth.
I've accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father.
That name no longer has any meaning for me. No longer has any meaning for me. No longer has any meaning. No longer has any